copywriter to creative director, from the Luries to the Cairns Lions to print, radio, TV, and other integrated campaigns. Zwelakhe Tshabangu, who has changed how young black creatives are represented in the advertising industry. This man has done so much and yet to do much more. A lot of people know him Zwelakhe Z, but I call him God Body. Sir, welcome to the show.
Buddy?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, and you making
I'm all right. Thank you for giving us your time. I know you're always busy.
Nah, dog, I'll make time for
creating those ideas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's get into it straight away. Advertising. When did that bulb come into you and be like, ding, I want to get into advertising and copywriting?
From school, dog, from school, man. You know, like, I enjoy things like writing essays and like poetry and things like that. So it was always about writing, like telling stories, you know.
Sure.
And obviously at that stage, I didn't know that I could attach a brand to storytelling. I just enjoyed the writing part of it, and also presenting my ideas. I wasn't a bad speaker as a young man growing up. And then, the more research I did, I realized that I could get into advertising and become a copywriter. I actually wanted to be an engineer.
Oh,
but
what engineer?
Civil.
Civil. Oh.
But being uncivil didn't help. Didn't help that I was uncivil, you know. It didn't help that I was uncivil, and my math marks were even more uncivil.
Issue.
So the writing part was actually a passion and a thing that came naturally. So I went for that.
All right, dope. And then within coming into this industry, what has been the challenges for you?
I think just like any other industry you get into, you go study theory if you did study, or some of us came in raw into the industry, and it's just about the learning, you know. So often our lecturers don't tell us that actually this is just a stepping stone. When you get that degree, that certificate or a diploma, you think you're ready. You're actually not. So that's the challenge, that actually day one at the job place is day one at everything. You know what I mean? It's almost like you need to unlearn so that you can learn.
Sure. And now I'm talking to myself right now about myself. I'm also in the advertising industry. I'm not just a presenter. Got dope talents out here. And I've had the privilege, to make beautiful, pun intended, beautiful things with you as well.
Together,
you know what I mean? I know other copywriters who look up to you, you know what I mean? And you were like, no, I'm not done yet. You drop us with another bomb and you create and open your own agency. Tell me, how was that be?
I think for me, like, I got bitten by that whole like independence bug, so often like we look at like the likes of, and I'm talking international now, you look at Jay-Z, you look at like, Kanye, Rock Nation, those guys, good music, those guys started at stables, right?
Sure.
I'm an ex-Ogilvy boy through and through. Ogilvy gave me my platform.
No doubt.
But then what happens is that you look at it, you're like, okay, cool, I can do it now, you know what I mean? And clients actually come here for, with all due respect, for us.
God body.
So why can't we go out then, out of the comfort zone, out of the big ship, and go to that jet boat and see how far we can stretch? You know what I mean? So for me, it was pretty much that. That was the first part. I think the second part is largely legacy.
Yes.
The last really dope black agency was Head Boys, who had all the big accounts, did all the great work, won all the Luries. And that's literally 15 years ago to date, which is quite sad.
Dang, you've been in the game, eh? Sorry to cut you, man. You've been in the game.
Don't let the baby face fool you. I've been.
Goed man, stand the good man right now. I'll sip to that. My holy water. To be in the game and maintaining. You know what I mean? But then again, you can continue, sir.
So, and I just felt it was time and it was the right time. And like you say, I've done my time. I've worked locally in the continent and globally as well. So it's not like it was, I just started it haphazardly. It was thought through, and the stars had aligned for me to do what I needed to do.
No doubt. Now tell me, the company was first named Dashboard,
Yeah.
and now it's called Make Beautiful
Yeah,
Agency.
yeah.
Why the switch to Make
Look,
Beautiful?
I think obviously we went with Dashboard Africa because previously me and my ex-partner, we ran a boutique agency called Africa Red via Ogilvy, South Africa.
Okay.
And we took care of DSTV on the continent, Supersport, Mnet. We were the go-to guys for that.
Okay.
And we did well, and then that's where the excitement and the idea came from. And then, Dashboard Africa, because we saw ourselves as, hey man, you can just tap into us. When you drive in your car, the dashboard is, everything is within reach.
Yeah.
But I just felt it didn't quite capture what I wanted to go out there and sell. And hence, I went solo and started the Make Beautiful Agency, because I believe we live in a beautiful continent.
Yeah, definitely.
Not much of it is shown.
Definitely.
I believe we live in a beautiful world, but not much of that is shown.
True.
I believe we are beautiful people.
True.
Not much of that is spoken about.
Sure.
I want to do that through brands.
Hey, look at the words coming out. The wordplay. Hey, the wordplay. Come on.
Boy, be not
Hey,
shit. Boy, be not shit.
So now the transition from you know what I mean, just being an employee and now, being a boss, how was that for you?
Look, there was a lot of learning.
Yeah.
There was a lot of learning. So what happens is that as creative people, you are kept away from the business side of things, and you are siloed. And I was siloed for a good part of my career. Only in my 16th year, I became a business creative person. And all my 15 years, I was just concentrated in my craft. And I actually didn't know how I made money.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But now I've been introduced in a way to say, okay, cool. This is how I charge. This is what my intellectual capital is worth, and all those kind of things. And my ex-partner actually taught me a lot about that.
Sure.
To say, don't just go out there and be happy that you're doing work. Charge for your work. You know what I mean? Profit. And I've got a talk that's called Profiting from Your Talent.
Okay.
Something that I keep telling creative people, because the whole thing of they call it the poor struggling artist has been romanticized as if that's a good thing. That's not a good thing. You know what I mean? We should be profiting from our talent. So that's the shift that I've had to go through. And the challenge of looking at figures, my man, I'm a balance sheet.
Yeah, that was my next question. What are the challenges? I'm like,
what the hell is a CE, dog? I'm a CD. I don't know anything about
pick up CE. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, but I've learned and I'm embracing it. But I've also been fortunate to surround myself with the right people that help me to achieve the goals that I've set for the company to achieve.
Dope. And now, with the challenges, are there more challenges that you're facing?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, obviously, the challenge. Our industry, first of all, is niche.
Definitely.
As much as the pie is big, it's very niche. Nobody really knows about it.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And also, we're a black agency, 100% owned, 100% run. And excuse me, if you don't have a paler hue of you and I, it's a little bit difficult to get business, a little bit difficult to walk in through the door. As much as our government is trying its level best to get us through those doors, it's always difficult. And I always worry, and I always wonder rather, when I was at Ogilvy, you loved me, but as soon as I step out and run it on my own, suddenly you don't love me. It's like, but I'm the same dude who gave you those ideas, right? So it's a catch-22. But I'll tell you for effing free, my king of kings, I'm trying to give up for Ish.
No doubt.
I'm gonna go until the wheels fall off.
Man, that's what I was saying.
Buy new wheels.
No, that's what I was saying. You're not gonna stop because I can see the hunger in you. You know, I mean, every time I work with you, like you understand.
We've done some good work.
We've done some good work. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. We look
hey, Lowina, you know Lowina.
Channel low, you know.
They know. Yeah.
So, for a cat who would want to be in your shoes and start up a business as well, what would be the advice to them?
Hey man, don't wait. When you start feeling it, just
go for it.
Go for it, man. You have no idea.
Face the challenges there. No doubt.
I should just say, just go for it. I took my last salary, and I paid for 2 months' rent. because I knew ukuthi sazonyiwa
Sure,
right?
sure.
Angeke
Excuse the
ngikhole-
French,
yeah,
excuse the French.
You know what I mean? You know, kusazobheda kusazobanzi. Ashaya 2 months so that ngiyazi ukuthi okay cool. At least into ezibalekile I've covered them.
Sure.
And then what I focused on was the work, bruh. The work. Because my currency is my creativity. My currency is my talent.
Sure.
If I try to do anything outside of that, Zoba.
Sure,
You know what I mean? So you know what you're good at, you know what clients are looking for, and they're looking for us, guy. I mean, I'm not gonna squint about it. You know what I mean? They're looking for what we have, and whatever it is. If you're the best coffee maker, be the best. Did they call them baristas? I think so. Be the
Something
best,
like
yeah,
that.
be the best barista you can be. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you make a brew, be the best brewmaster you can be. You know what I mean? There's cats making craft beers out there.
Yeah.
And some of them are my clients.
Yeah.
And they're like, Zwelakhe, all I have is a great beer. And I need to, you know, kind of work with them to say, okay, cool. You don't have marketing budget. Let's see what we can do.
We can do about it.
You know what I mean?
So if we make it design, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel like it's rare that thing, you know what I mean? As you were saying about how, you know, now people are loving you when you're older, but when
Yeah.
you're starting your own thing,
Yeah, it's like,
it's about to say, nah,
yeah.
manje, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you're doing your thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as people, Funeke is so and move as a unit to
Absolutely.
make things happen,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So future endeavors for Make Beautiful Agency.
I think, and what I like about how I've positioned the agents, like due to both Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, everybody is seeing what you're doing.
Sure.
So if I put work out, I'm not putting out in Africa or Middle East. I'm putting out in the world.
Sure.
So one
Everybody
day
will
a
see
call will come from New York to say, "Hey, Doc, we like what you did for that, you know, Channel O campaign, where you know you're showcasing how the kids of today, who are seemingly apathetic to the cause of June 1676, actually still keep it real. We also think you could do something similar for the kids in Harlem, or in Boston, or in, you know what I mean? So for me, I don't see myself as limited to South Africa as much as this is to become the first, but I position my agents as an international agent.
Sure.
And hey, it doesn't help if they pay for the ticket.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And then what legacy do you want to leave behind?
It's for the kids, dog. You know, for me, it's not about me, dog. Like, you know, you don't need to know this, but geez, last time I earned the salary was a problem.
Sure.
You know, the previous months is just about am I paying rent, am I eating, can I afford a job? That's it. And then if you want
The creative juices.
yes, yeah, you gotta get the
Gotta
creative
get juices,
You gotta
man.
get the juice going. If you walk into the studio, it's millennials, it's young black kids, hungry, talented. You know what I mean? Because I see them, you know, like taking over. So I wanna retire until this time and, you know, be just a speaker. So what we did at the
Giving
big
platform to the kids.
exactly. For me, it's not about me and fame and fortune and money. If those things can't pay, high five. But I think, my heart is with the kids, young black women, young black kids, just coming up and just, you know, expressing themselves and showing that it can be done. Because what I like about us is that we're generational people. Masibona umuntu also ends 30s, we want to copy or improve it or better. So that's what I want. I want them to better the last 15, 16 years of being in this game.
Well, you know, a lot of people might not know this, but you know what? I've got some information now. But back in the cut, you know what I mean, where you were dabbling into other things when you were still young, about you being a comedian.
Oh, you did your research.
I did my research, buddy. I did my research. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah.
Tell me about the.
No, I dabbled. I actually started as a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
My mentors were Josh Madikosi
Okay.
and Eugene Koza. I used to go watch them and you know, it's so weird when you go watch a comedy show and saying what you only do is take notes.
Yeah.
You know, and I was taking notes and I used to go to them and say, hey, what do you think of this joke? Hey, what do you think of this joke? And one day Josh was like to me, see, come on, dog. Get on stage. And I did my first show in Rosebank. I got a standing ovation my first time, second and third. And my thing was never to do the same joke
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So every time I got on stage, I told fresh material. But the thing about me, sometimes I do things that to myself that I can do them. But I had a great time. But you know why I really, really did comedy? Maybe this is a little PG. But like, have you seen how women laugh? See you and me, like they're sitting all cross-legged and shit, right? This is how women laugh. After you tell a joke. So I'm like, okay, so if that's how chicks laugh, I'll leave it there.
You know,
I'll leave it there.
Urban Lifestyle, we call that wilding talk. That's why we call it here at Urban Lifestyle.
Sorry, Ma.
But so thank you very much for your time.
Thank you
and you know,
appreciate it.
all the best.
You're doing a
You know
great
what I mean?
job, yeah.
Thank you very much. You know, all the best for the future. I know you're gonna kill it. I know you're gonna make it. I can continue and continue saying good things about you. You know.
As long as I work with you, I'm safe.
You nice?
Safe.
Then there we go. We're nice with it.
Safe.
We're nice with it.
Safe.
Urban Lifestyle. It's a wrap. We're out here. Kitchen Bar. Thank you, Kitchen Bar, for being our host. But you know what? Right now it's time to drink some juices, man.
Exactly.
Summertime. Summertime. Peace. Cheers out. I know that, kid, yeah?
Make sure.